Hello Teh, good afternoon. My name is Nanda Alyfia from Diplomacy4. So today I'm going to present about my review of related literature of the implementations of Korea's new short-term policy towards Southeast Asian region 2017 until 2020. So now this is my RRL for IV, which is Korea's new short-term policy. From this journal that I have read before, I see that the author agree with the vision of Korea's new short-term policy itself, that a strategic foreign policy that pursue the nation practical interests along with its traditional for major diplomatic partners such as US, China, Japan, Russia, and new southern regions based on a more balanced form of diplomacy. So therefore, Korea's new southern policy does not merely aim to replace the US and China with new southern regions, but rather to expand its scope of cooperation while maintaining relations with the US and China. As Asian member, as key partner in the new southern policy, have diplomatic relations not only with South Korea but also with North Korea. The important thing is the new short-term policy emphasizes peace, mutual benefits, and people-to-people exchange. So it proposed three pillars such as peace, prosperity, and people. So therefore, if ASEAN could communicate and maintain peace also to North Korea from a natural perspective the various effects, we can expect with a peace regime established on the Korean peninsula and work to relieve the pressure applied on North Korea from international powers. This would accelerate the process of denuclearization and the establishment of a peace regime on the Korean peninsula. Once a peace regime has been established on the Korean peninsula, it can serve as a bridge that connects the economic achievement of the southern region to the northern region and provide the new opportunities for prosperity in Asia. Not to mention for Korea as well, the Korean peninsula serves as a path for northern region to supply energy and power to southern region. Not only that, but also serve as a channel for the southern region again to export produce goods to the northern region. So the concept of Korean New Southern policy has related to hegemonic power, where Korean government want to create a dominating economy in Korea, Southeast Asia, and India as well. So next is RRL for DV, which is multilateral relation between ROK and Southeast Asia region in the economic sector. From this journal, I got that the NSP has been primarily driven by a strong economic imperative rather than a strategic trust. ASEAN ROK economic engagement has been robust, underpinned by the ROK's need to reduce its overdependence on American and Chinese markets and the growing attraction of ASEAN economies. Meanwhile, the NSP's peace pillars does not evince such a synergy of push and pull factors. So therefore, this author also agreed that the prosperity pilot has been moderately successful in meeting both the ROK's and ASEAN's interests. However, concerning the peace pillar, which encompasses diplomatic engagement and defense cooperation among other, the ROK's overriding interest to expand its defense export and secure international support for its Korean Peninsula peace agenda have overshot ASEAN's inherent strategic importance. ASEAN's main institutional communities were closely examined in terms of their coverage, efficiency, and practice considering ASEAN's relation with South Korea as a dialogue partner. The main motivation is based on having economic interests oriented and mutually respecting and appreciating socio-cultural relation according to regions characteristics and in line with the issue area. South Korea shapes their foreign policy agenda and pattern. Next is RRL for IV and DV. Since its announcement in 2017, NSP has produced several intermediate outcomes largely in the form of expanded diplomatic engagement. Specifically, the Korean government created an ASEAN and Southeast Asian Affairs Bureau within its Ministry of Foreign Affairs. At the same level as the ASEAN economies have become increasingly attractive both as a market for export and hub for manufacturing investment. For example, Samsung southward relocation of its mobile phone production. The company shuttered its last mobile phone factory in China in September 2019 due to rising labor costs and the dramatic shrinking of its market share in China from 15% in 2013 to only 1% in 2019. The ROK's economy pivot towards Southeast Asia is also driven by ASEAN alluring consumption market of over 950 million people. The extensive architecture of bilateral and multilateral free trade agreement that help sustain steady FDI inflow into the region, and ASEAN's role as a keynote in the global supply chains of many Korean conglomerates. Figures do indicate an uptick in bilateral economic engagement since the NSP was launched between 2016 and 2018. ASEAN or OK trade grew by 30%, which is from 124.4 billion US dollars to 161.5 billion US dollars. Between 2015 and 2018, the ROK's investment in Asia also grew by 17%, which is to 6.6 billion US dollars. And also there's a lot of improvement by new certain policy towards Southeast Asia region. So therefore, this makes ASEAN the largest source of overseas construction revenue for Korean business. Such optimistic figures provide a solid basis for both sides to deepen their economic engagement. I think that's all. Thank you so much for your attention, Teh. Good afternoon.